Thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us. So if you could just tell me a little bit about why you're here and why the conservative movement matters to you.
Well, I was invited to come and talk about the pro-life movement, in particular the pro-life movement in Black America, which is very near and dear to my heart. So this was something I look forward to. I realized that there are some very disturbing numbers regarding abortion in Black America, and I was here to report on that and talk about, what could we do to turn that around.
Okay. And do you feel that this is isolated between, is it pro-life with Republican versus Democrat, or are you just overall, how do you think that you can communicate better to all of America what you feel?
Well, it's pretty clear in terms of what the Democrats feel about abortion. It's in their party platform. You can read it for yourself. It's also equally clear what the Republican Party stands for in terms of abortion. That's also in their party platform. It's very clear. They're both dynamically different. The Democratic Party's platform regarding the abortion issue is pro-death. The Republican Party platform is pro-life. And so those lines are fairly clearly drawn. I think as a whole, you'll find that there are pro-life Americans that are in the Democratic Party, and there are pro-life Americans in the Republican Party. It's an issue that probably half of America is now pro-life. So it's quite an issue, and it's an issue that we're going to be wrestling with for a while.
And what do you think the role of African Americans is in the pro-life movement? Do you think that, or what are the statistics with that? Are they more pro-life, how is that all playing out right now?
Well, Black Americans, for the most part, are voting Democratic. They're voting for the first Black president ever in the history of the United States. And unfortunately, that voting pattern supports the pro-abortion industry. So what we do, particularly with the Issues4Life Foundation in California and the National Black Pro-Life Coalition, which is nationwide, we work on educating, we work on informing, we work on getting the word out. And we've discovered that once the truth is out, it really does set you free.
Very nice. And I guess just as a last question, what are your thoughts on 2016 and Ben Carson?
I've met Ben, got to know Ben and his wife, love Ben. So Ben, if you're listening, you ought to run.
Well, he's raised more money. I think that came out that he's raised more money than Hillary, and his PAC has done a really great job, so.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job, I think, the way he's conducted himself, and I think that says a lot for what we can expect in 2016.
And do you think that that would kind of change the mindset and the way people think about pro-life, or would it draw different demographics into the vote for if he comes into it with a pro-life kind of conservative viewpoint?
I think Ben's going to be an awesome asset. For once, we're going to have a Black candidate running on the Republican ticket. That's almost going to take the race card off the table. Now it's a matter, what is the issue all about? Is this really a value that we want to continue to embrace? And so I'm so excited about his candidacy. I look forward to seeing what it turns out to be.
And is there anything else you want to add about what you're doing with your group in pro-life?
Well, we're doing quite a bit, and I know we don't have time to go into all of it, but we are busy educating, we are busy making this information available to our people. I'm personally all around the country talking about it, and then we've done one thing that I particularly like, is that we've developed something called cultural proficiency training, where we will come into an organization and help that organization learn how to better communicate their message in communities of color.
Very nice. Well, all the best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking
with
us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.